Hey, it's you! Come on in and join us!
Hey, yo, welcome to a brand new season here at the Barbershop, which is also the season of the witch.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
We are the Barbershop Duet!
Hey, yo, welcome to our autumn episodes here at the Barbershop Duet. And if you happen to be here during the live premiere, why join the live chat, won't you? Meet us, meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of folks hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you too.
They would, and for our mention today, there is a sale that's going on at Opus Brush, so we wanted to show you our little collection that we've got going so far.
Yeah, yo, Craig is going to be on our Instagram live series in the weeks to come. This is my Tiki Brady Bunch inspired brush that Craig made me back last season.
And this is my custom strawberry shortcake brush.
Constant viewers will just have seen me open my Grinch brush on the show for 2024. I'm so excited.
And then this was our surprise brush that he made us that says Barbershop Duet on there.
And my Mystery Machine inspired brush with the hippie daisies on the bottom. Love these. These are our Manchurian knots.
Yes.
So this is the fan and these are the bulbs. We love those. And these are our synthetic knots. That's a cashmere kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Y'all, and we love Craig's creativity. Go over to his website. It's here on the screen. And there are a few brushes that just dropped and some of them just went on sale.
So keep an eye. Check on Instagram too. He's got lots of fun behind the scene videos. He pops up every once in a while. So keep your eyes on him.
And such a sweet and creative guy. And if you need advice on razors, he's got you covered. And what's our soap today?
Our soap today. We actually first heard about this soap on our live with Barrister and Mann back in September. And we got excited and made sure to get our order in. And it's finally here.
There's even a brush that goes along with it. Welcome to the season of the witch. Let's meet the soap. All right, y'all. So from the sales page at barristerandmann.com.
It was Guillaume Edelin who first confessed to riding a broom. The witch and former prior of Saint-Germain-en-Laye made a pact with the devil, one that gave him the power to travel mounted on a broomstick. In return, he promised to pretend that witchcraft was impossible. For his crimes, he was imprisoned for the rest of his life.
Brooms have a long association with witchcraft. Bridget Bishop, the first person hanged as a witch at Salem, was said to have soared with the devil on a pole. The Wicked Witch of the West famously tormented Dorothy and her companions from her broomstick in The Wizard of Oz. Brooms, so named because they were originally made from the flowering shrubs collectively called broom, have become inexorably linked to witches and the occult. They are emblematic, iconic. Broom itself is a wonderful thing. The flowers give off a richly honeyed, rosy floral scent whose delicacy recalls the warmth of fresh hay and sunshine. It beckons us to happier days and happier thoughts. It captivates. It captures. It bewitches. But not all is well in the season of the witch.
Inspired by the deep-rooted history of witchcraft in New England, here is an elixir of arcane delight, a construct of hypnotic, narcotic allure. The dulcet tones of broom flowers, so captivating in their elegance, are blended with notes of violet and honeysuckle, flowers known to waylay and ensnare the unwary.
Beneath this enrapturing accord, ripples of power lurk. The green dustiness of tarragon, the spicy tang of nutmeg and wormwood, and elemental primordial notes of oak moss, oud, and wood smoke bubble from the depths, bathing the flowers in their eldritch glow, mossy and primeval, floral and herbal, the product of centuries of tradition and craft. Season of the Witch is a potion for a modern age, composed to enthrall and enchant. Something wicked this way comes. Well, y'all, I am already bewitched.
Yeah,
bothered,
for sure.
Bewildered.
All the
Let's
things.
open the box.
Is that big box?
Love it. So you could get this in the cauldron
Yes.
that we are showing here. It came in a beautiful glossy ceramic.
Little cork lid thing going on.
But in order to fit in our cabinet, we decided to go with the normal lid.
Wait, hold on. Mike's just going for the hardest way into the box.
Here
Okay.
it is, yo. Let's see
Popcorn
what we
for
got.
everyone.
Ooh, look at this. Oh,
You
this
see
is
this?
our first chisel
It
hound
is,
brush.
it
Oh, look at
is.
this. I'm so excited. They make
okay.
such beautiful things.
I forgot how light it is because it's a wood handle.
Let's see. Oh, yo, we got a little, we got a little extra something here. What is this? Want to
Here,
open that up
I'll
there? Let's see.
Oh, wait, this might be a sample of something. Please
Right.
hold.
What are you?
Romance in Middlesex County.
Oh, I think I've heard about this.
Wow, there's lots of notes. Ooh,
Right.
love unconditionally, and may this bottle be with you during the happiest times of your life. Well, that balances out the witches.
Whoa, we might need to give these out at the wedding as
Wow,
favors. That's
that's
kind of
so
perfect,
fun.
right? And then, y'all, this is not a splash for Season of the Witch. This is to go
Oh, right.
with
You
our
did it
Promises episode that's coming up for Christmas in
Coming
December.
in,
So keep
yes.
an eye on
Don't
the channel
lose
for that
that.
one, right?
Okay, and then the moment we've been waiting
there
for.
There she is. Y'all look at
Woo-wee.
this label. It's got some beautiful, like, foil, like holographic little
he
parts
did
of it
mention
there.
that. Yeah, so like the flames are actually brewing in the
Oh,
cauldron.
and there's that side label. Fit just perfect in our cabinet with its brethren. Well, we have been waiting for this for a while now, and what a great finale for our Halloween season, y'all. Let's meet the witch.
All right, we got so excited
Here
we almost
comes
forgot the brush.
brush from Chisel and
we
Howe.
need our broomstick.
I know.
it's
Y'all,
good.
so these are fiends. He actually went out into the wilderness to collect the perfect
fun
sticks
texture.
to make these brushes. Look at that. We kind of decided this would go into Sarah's collection.
I don't know if you can
That's
see, but there's like
beautiful.
actual fun bark going on.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, we got the brush to use with our Halloween episodes. Oh, it's gorgeous. Look at that.
It is.
Oh, I love it. Oh, and I was wondering how much resin would be around the twine.
Right, because it looks so cool in the pictures. You don't know how
Right.
protected, like getting it
Y'all,
wet, but
that
it is.
looks like it'd be pretty waterproof.
That
Look
looks
at
like
that
a broomstick.
mouth
I'm not.
there.
It really
how
fits
cool.
the story.
I
I'm glad
love
we got it.
It feels good.
It
Look at
does.
that.
I thought it was gonna almost be. I don't know. Like the lightness and the synthetic knot actually feels good. You know,
Right.
it doesn't. It's not like it's out of balance.
Very cool. All right, let's see. I think you need to do this
You
first.
think?
Absolutely, because then I will ask you some questions, but I will pick the
If none of you
wrap
have
off for
seen
you.
our Hallows video from last year,
Oh,
Hollows,
check that
it was quite a thing.
Okay, so here we go. She's another witch. All right, take it in. See what
Oh,
you
there
get.
is a sheen to
I
this
know, I
label.
love this
I don't think
label.
it'll come across on camera. You'll just have to believe us. But I have no idea what to expect.
I know.
There's definitely going to be a dark side to this.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
there's
what I
not
heard.
just flowers.
Right.
There's clearly something in here.
But I haven't really heard anything about this other than it's a great autumn Halloween set.
I know. I
so-
think everyone's just getting there.
knows,
So
right.
we're about to find out.
All right, take it
This
in.
brown is a fun color, though.
Right,
I gotta
yeah.
say. Ooh, I'm nervous. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Oh, it's the good old Barrister and Mann.
Love
pour.
this, y'all. I used
Woo!
Muir Woods.
I'm
2
getting
nights
whiffs
ago.
already.
Love
Man.
this base. All right,
Okay.
take it in. I'm closing my nose.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Okay, what do you got?
Okay, I don't know how they did it, but if this wasn't the color on the label, I feel like I would literally be picturing brown in mind. Like
Nice.
that is definitely
She smells
the color.
in colors. Y'all.
Sometimes it just happens.
Man, what do you get?
Wow, there's layers to this.
Yeah? Nice.
Yeah, it is like the deepest, almost. I don't want to say like moist dirt because that's not the right word, but I
Oh.
feel like if I had to go to a witch's little home in the
Right,
woods,
yeah.
this is what it would smell like.
Nice.
Like it's just so dark.
Right.
That the soil is got that deeper scent.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think it's actual soil, but
Right.
like my brain is just trying to figure out what I could know
Yes.
that could smell like it. But you know, like the first time you smell oud or something that's in that genre that
Right.
you're like, oh, it's definitely like earthy and real,
right.
but I don't know how. And then there's not chocolate in here, but there's something like the deepest, darkest cocoa that's not sweet. It's
Right.
like bitter and dark, you know?
Nice.
That's almost like what this could approach to without
Right.
anything sweet. And then there is something which now I know maybe is the broom flower.
Right. The little like brush,
Right.
the little like twigs and flowers that they used to collect and actually make brooms
Because
out
my
of.
brain, it almost pictures like the color of like a cinnamon stick.
Right.
But like earthy.
Isn't it interesting they also call it brush? Because that's like so it's called brush and it's called broom and we make brushes and brooms out of them, or at least the
look at
earliest
what we're
versions of it,
learning
right?
here.
Whoa. So it's my contention that a lot of the Barrister and Mann sets have kind of a similar sort of Barrister and Mann mystique that kind of hides just under the surface. It's in Muir Woods, it's in Spice for me, it's in Hollows like crazy. Do you find that my Barrister and Mann mystique is in Season of the Witch?
I'm going to say yes, but it fits so well with the scent.
Oh.
I almost wanted to say no.
Right.
I don't know if that answers your
Oh, no,
question.
it totally does.
But it just fits in there so well that I
Right.
almost wouldn't know that that's not intentionally part of the scent
Right,
itself.
but this is meant to be a darker, dankier kind of scent, so I love how it might just be hand in glove
and
with that idea.
there is something at the end
Right.
that almost could be like a cologne thing.
Oh, yeah?
Like the woods and the spice part
Right.
are making a statement.
So this witch might be a guy or a girl.
Right. I feel like Yeah, there's something at the end it's almost, what I think I was getting is almost the chocolatey kind of bitter side, or it could be like a deep liqueur kind of thing happening.
Yeah, right.
But there's something like so deep, it's almost like if molasses wasn't sweet, but like none of that sweetness.
Right.
But like a molassesy kind of a thing at the end.
Now, do you get the sense of the actual broom, like twigs and brush and little flowers that they used to make brooms out of?
If I didn't know that was a thing, my brain is picking it up more. It's not damp leaves, but I do get like different woods and spices and like a dark brownish herb of some sort. So yes, because after reading that, I think the parts in between that I'm learning, that's what those are. It's not a bright floral, it's a deep floral, and it does have a, I don't know. I mean, if this had a smell from nature, I feel like that's what we're getting. I just didn't know that was a thing.
Here's an interesting question that I'm kind of surprised that in 400 episodes I have never asked yet. How pretty is it?
It's funny because to me, it's not that it's not pretty, but it's such a character that the character itself is someone you'd want to get to know.
Right. Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
It does.
If you want to dive in and find something pretty, you can. It's in there, but it's really hidden. It's like a top secret. Like, you're not supposed to like the witch, you know, like in Wicked. She's, like, that's a different type of witch. Or in Dorothy, like, it doesn't have Wizard of Oz, which you're not supposed to like her. Right. So there's something about that. Like, you want to find the good to the character, but it's a little hard. There's some darker sides to this one.
I would say Wizard of Oz would be apropos for that. I don't think there was much redeeming in Margaret Hamilton's character at all.
Yeah, I'm going to say yes.
I mean, she employed a lot of monkeys. Yeah, one of the cut scenes from The Wizard of Oz. There's only one or two that exist, but it's Dorothy captured in the witch's tower, talking to the crystal ball as the orchestra plays a reprise of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. It is haunting, and I think it was a little bit too scary.
It kind of crossed the line.
So this might be taking us into that territory. All right.
I'm with you.
I have been waiting for this. Okay, here we go. Let me take it in.
Okay,
well, I love these kind of sets.
You do.
I love the kind of things that take us to a faraway place, but bring us to something that in that place was comforting and homey, and it almost like helps you move in and just kind of be there, exist in that place and time while you're having your shave.
And I like having a scent like this because it is a brave scent. It's not one that you know everyone's just going to dive in and love, but it has a purpose for this season. Just like the witches are part of all the Halloween fun. They're in there.
We all love our green Irish tweeds, but we've all got 4 versions of them. You know what I mean? So
we like the fun kind of different character, kind of take you somewhere, tell a story kind of soaps.
The shake and clap. Here we go.
The Marcus way.
That's wild.
That's a good word. There's layers happening.
Well, first of all, I am met with that familiar mystique, and then much like I saw in my imagination a puff of smoke, and it went away. So like my nose got it for a split second, and then it went, and it was gone. And everything else inside of this scent was subtly sweet. And then, and then I'm getting a slightly soily sense that doesn't click with the others, so it stays separate. So you get that little tug of war between the soil and the broom, between the slightly earthy and the slightly sweet.
That's why I said I'm in the woods. I am at that witch's house. I don't know, but that's the smell.
And not a totally distant cousin from Hollows.
No, I think
but
my
friends. Facial response is very different between those two. Oh, there's just something so charming and different about this in such a natural, rustic.
That's a good word.
way.
Yeah. But almost like how witches are supposed to kind of call you in. Like there's something in there that's intriguing enough that you want to keep whiffing for quite a while.
Oh, a very subtle, very tiny floral is sitting in the middle of this. And I do love the sense that I am kind of smelling the twigs.
Right.
I am kind of smelling the tiny little flowers.
You don't realize those have a scent, but they do.
Underbrush, right.
Yeah.
Like that. Whoa.
It doesn't have like a musky side. It doesn't have, a mildewy thing. It's not like that. There's just something about the richness of the soil. That deep, dark color is there.
And then what the oak moss is doing in this is fabulous. If you have smelled Varenne from Sterling Soap Company, it is a seasonal. That's kind of got a similar vibe for that
I didn't even go green at all. My brain was getting all the dark colors.
Think Varenne and take that in. I think that's a similar sense of what's going on in there with that oak moss.
It's funny. My brain still goes to that deeper, darker side. I really have to search to get anything.
Yeah, let me look for the chocolate that's on the bottom.
I don't know. I don't even think it's on the scent notes. It's just what my brain was trying to perceive, that bitterness, smoky something.
For me, it is almost this lovely combination of like cocoa and tar.
Yeah, that might actually be a good way to put it.
Like a birch tar is kind of what I'm getting with this.
You're
so
not
it does have
supposed to
that
like
slightly
it, but...
squinchy bitterness, but then it's sort of balanced out with that cocoa-ness to it. So almost like trick or treat.
Yeah.
I love that this teeters between the glorious and the sweet and the nostalgic and the scary and the slightly off-putting.
And really dark and deep.
Because this does not say Christmas Eve, y'all. This says Season of the Witch. And what a perfect balance that is of just being somewhere comfortable. And like it says, sunlit and beautiful, but there's something creeping up behind you that you need to be aware of.
Yeah, like if a witch walked by you, like that could totally be their scent.
There's one more thing in this.
Yes.
There's one more, like, my brain's showing me a platform. There's a set note that's prominent that I'm, like, standing on, that I, like, land on, but I almost can't recognize it. It's in the middle. It's not, like, on the tops. It's not in the underneath.
No, and I don't, it's almost like an oud meets a hazelnut. Could that be a thing?
That's why she's here, folks.
I don't know.
That's exactly it. And I think it's kind of what he was alluding to with, like, a sense of hay.
Interesting.
That kind of a thing in the middle of this. Whoa.
Maybe when we lather it, those will come out.
Oh, you know what? And it's time we use our brand new Season of the Witch brush. Let's break that in. And can you tell everybody where you got this fabulous
Well,
brush?
I happened to get this. Yes, I think one of my first bowls was actually from Barrister and Mann. I wanted one that I could rest my brush onto the side. So this is my one that I have that does that.
Oh, I'm almost sad to mess up that
I know,
pour.
it's so pretty.
Something filthy about it. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah, look at that. Just slightly tougher than the butter on the counter. And we're going to push this into those gentle ridges at the bottom of the bowl. So if you do have a harder soap, I love this bowl because the ridges aren't that deep. Yeah. And it's easy to clean out afterwards if there's any residual soap in there. All right, so we're going to hit this with a little bougie water.
All right, bougie her up.
Do our quick patented vertical bloom here of that soap. Let the water run down to the other side of the bowl.
She smells it. Her nose is up.
Go crazy here. So show them how we build our lathers.
This is my new Chisel and Hound broomstick brush here.
This is so cool.
Oh, yeah.
I love that he just left the house to go find these broomstick handles, like somewhere in the woods, right?
I hope we can find a little picture on Instagram to put up here for you guys to see, because it was super cool to see them actually, the branches were coming in, and that's how.
And they're all so different. It was cool to look at that picture and go, hey, ours is in there.
Right? And they all had their own different, like, handmade character. Like, look, you can even see, like, the little divots. It's
been, like, sanded down. It reminds me of, like, the railing in Frontierland.
And just, like, a little, like, maybe, like, I don't want to say burnt, but, like, how they get the edges to have that character color.
Fashioned. Oh, I'm getting hit with the oak moss over here. Oh,
she is, dude. She keeps waking up. What is going on? Can I have a little more bougie fun here?
I love that the sweet hiding in this is a floral, but boy, do you have to look for it with two hands and a flashlight.
You do. It is a little dark in these woods. Okay, but now I feel like I'm getting more of that masculine, almost cologne thing coming through.
I'm getting the oak moss and the cocoa.
What the what?
So maybe you'd have to go closer to it.
I really don't think there's cocoa on the list, but that's just why my brain is trying to, like, figure this out.
Who would have thought that, like, a tar accord would have smelled so beguiling?
And I'm getting... It's a smokiness. Yes. But I don't know how to say, it's not like the gray smoke. It's like when you first strike it or something, like there's something different. It's not gun smoke. It's not
white smoke.
Right. There's something different. It's not an incensey smoke either, but it's something in the cauldron here.
Right. The Pope is here.
Yeah. You want to try this out? See how
I love that. Y'all, let's have a grown-up conversation. When I just need a grown-up lather, when I don't feel like dealing with it, when I just want something that's going to be the most trusty thing in our den, I will reach for a Barrister and Mann, as I did 2 nights ago, y'all. There was just something special to this formula. Oh, I'm getting hollow vibes for sure over here.
They're definitely in the same woods together, I think.
And I love how this brush feels in my hand.
Right.
This is our smallest handle by a long shot, but it's very cool.
It is. And it gets so light, like it's just like an extension of your hand, which is kind of fun.
All right, y'all. This is something you will only see here on the Barbershop Duet. This is the Bad Witches Are Ugly with on 3. 1, 2. Okay, much like Rome 2, y'all, you need to smell it in the lather. This is just a concentrate. This is what the artist had in mind.
There's more spices. Like, I think the cauldron, we just opened the lid on the cauldron, and like more scents came out or something.
Oh, well, there is one way to find out what is in this cauldron. He left us a recipe. Let's look at the scent notes. y'all, so back to the container from Barrister and Mann.
All right, broom, which we read about earlier.
Love it. The underbrush, the little twigs, the florals, all that stuff you normally mow down so you don't catch fire to California.
They have a scent, so there you go. And then wormwood.
Love it.
Oh, definitely adds the spooky vibe, I
Right.
feel. Oud.
Love it.
Tarragon.
Right.
That might be the thing we're trying to figure out.
Right. Something spicy, something earthy, something herbal.
Like just that kind of ambery kind of, like this color.
And a
yeah.
hint of a gourmand. Love that. And then what else is in there?
Wood smoke. So it's not.
Yeah.
It's just the straight up part of the wood, maybe.
And I think it's a wood smoke that does border on the tar. I think that's where I'm getting the idea of like a tar.
Right.
That's kind of the idea.
Yeah, like that black part of
Dark
the
smoke.
wood.
Yeah, like you said. And then
oak moss, you were right.
telling you, can't get that past me. Love it. Well, isn't that apropos of a witch? Keep her away from pregnant women.
You better. Isn't that in Into the Woods that the witch wants the baby?
Oh, the witch in Into the Woods. I should have played that at the beginning. I almost forgot. Boy, what a character that is.
That's a whole nother witch to have on the team here.
See those little peaks? There's something different about the Barrister and Mann lather and its consistency and the way that it coats the face. Look,
How's that brush feel?
what else do you need? Look at that, y'all. Look at that. That is how it makes my razor feel. Just invincible. But you want something?
If you could compare the Marilyn Monroe scent to this one,
right.
like they have such different sides.
Right. Y'all, the width and breadth of what Will is doing over there is
Right?
insane. The Marilyn Monroe, for me, kind of has a leathery, sort of a naked body sense with
just
a
that
little
bare
bit of a
skin.
feminine perfume hiding under the surface.
And this is like the total opposite.
This is like the cave in Sleepy Hollow where he goes and fights that witch that cuts the head off the bird and does all those things.
I forgot about that.
That's what this is.
Yeah, that is. All right, let's do the slickness test.
This is
here.
Carol Kane from Scrooged.
Oh.
You feel that? You feel your finger gets under your
can't-
stubble? Can you feel that?
But you can't get to your skin. Like, you are completely protected by the slickness. If you try, you can't.
And y'all, I know when Margaret Hamilton did that famous disappearing stunt, she did go down deeper. Why don't we do the same? The oak moss is lovely. Y'all, make sure you've got a little oak moss experience because it can be a little squinchy for the nose, but I love how Will's using it in this.
For me, it just keeps it like real. Like I really am in the woods. Like all the stories about the witches in the woods. Like it really fits that part of the story. Like it is real.
And we figured out she had an oak tree, giant one, outside her bedroom window her whole life. So of course she's gonna love the smell of oak moss.
And the moss part is different than the oak tree, but something in those, like just the greeny side of the moss, it has a different scent. Okay, back to the not chocolate, but chocolate.
Right.
Or like the oud meets hazelnut. I think that was the tarragon thing.
Right.
But again, it is not a chocolate, but my brain wants to put it in that deep, dark zone.
I love how you mentioned how the oud comes up against that cocoa sort of note, that cocoa tar sort of sense of the basement of this thing. That's beautiful the way that's sitting because it kind of helps be a base note for the scent, but a base note that's really present. Like sometimes when you see tobacco or patchouli in a scent, they're just sort of there under the surface. You wouldn't know they're there, but you'd know if they weren't. Every note in this little potion is absolutely evident and is singing its own note in the quartet.
I feel like if someone were to walk by you and you were wearing this, we don't have the splash, but just off the soap part at least, I wonder if they think you were just at a really cool like cigar bar, or if you had, you know, like where you had been to, like maybe you left a barn that you've been working in. Like there's something really like real about it. The scent seems like you actually went to wherever this person's came from.
This ain't a barbershop.
No.
This is farthest thing. And yet, has a clean sense to it.
It does.
A witch's barbershop, perhaps.
There you go. That could work. But I think there's something about even just the honeysuckle and the other violet, those other flowers we were reading earlier. Like, it's just keeping it from getting too deep, too dark. It's just a little flirt and a little sunshine coming in the window.
And you know, it's got a slightly sweet sense to it without there being anything in this that's actually sweet.
Right.
So it's the subtle sweetness of the rest of those notes that are coming together to build a super subtle sweetness in this. But I think if you asked me, is it sweet? No. I don't think it is.
But like when we first smelled hollows, I couldn't find anything sweeter in that.
Right.
This does have something that's kind of on like a it's not chocolate. I know we keep saying that, but that cocoa, that deeper kind of a color.
And y'all, not on the crowd pleaser side of things. So if you are wondering if it's going to be a Mary Englebright sort of a broom scent, it's not. It's going to be a real earthy, witchy, slightly tarry, not sweet witch scent. But y'all, this is primarily a masculine shaving world. Sadly, when you look at the analytics for our YouTube channel, we have almost 1,000 subscribers. One of them is female. Hello, Anna. It's nice to have you. So that's kind of the thing. It's like, if this is going to be for masculine world. I love that this is, in the best of ways, a spooky, spicy, witchy, masculine
It's
soap.
almost like if I had to explain it to somebody without using any of these words, it may be in a similar lane to like a black licorice, a star anise vibe.
Right, without any anise in it. It's not licorice, but I totally get that.
That type of feel or taste, to me, it could be in that sort of kind of genre-ish.
Right. This is a flanker to Hollows, not Paganini's violin. Yeah. So it is much closer to that family. But Hollows has got fan clubs that sing songs about it, so I totally get this.
And I do feel like this actually rounds out, like, we're going to want to shave with this on probably Halloween Eve, you know?
This is one of those, y'all, where I do want to smell spooky and spicy. Y'all, I am not the most giant fan of Animalic, but I am starting to understand it. And the other night when we put on Wicker Man, I put on one of those soaps that I used to feel a little about, and I loved it. So I think your nose grows along with the collection.
Give yourself some time to like really be able to appreciate these deeper, darker, different scents.
But it's in the Hollows lane. Yep. This is not going to be one of those where your wife's going to be like, oh, wow, maybe you should put that on for Easter.
Can I have some?
Yeah. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Louis B. Mayer in 1938, approving the budget for The Wizard of Oz. Well, when he sees that you're going to need to buy a pair of silver slippers, like it says in the Wizard of Oz book, you're going to have a second glance at that, realizing that you're paying a lot of money for Technicolor, and why are we putting silver slippers on our heroine's feet? Give me some ruby slippers over here, and you're going to get your own. So head over to barristerandmann.com to find this and a bunch of other cool stuff. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with Season of the Witch. Y'all, those beautiful, delicate scents of the brush and florals that came together to make the original brooms, crossed with everything you've come to love and expect from a Halloween scent from Barrister and Mann, and a healthy dose of that gorgeous mystique in the center. Y'all, what a beautiful way of giving us the old and the new, and isn't that what a witchcraft soap should do in the first place? And y'all, when it comes to the bases in this shaving soap world, this is one of my absolute favorites, absolutely trusty, and it makes me fearless with whatever razor I am holding. Hey, Will, thank you for the brush. The cauldrons were awesome. For the guys who got those, they loved them. But we love our normal tub size, and we love these labels. Thanks, you guys.
Welcome to Messages!
Hey, y'all. So for the month of November, our giveaway is going to be a $20 gift card to Murphy and McNeil. And to be eligible to be our lucky winner, all you have to do is send an email here to We Sent You at the Barbershop Duet so that we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways. And then check back here the first week of December, our first Christmas episode. We're going to have our Alexa help us announce our lucky winner on the show.
Best of luck!
I mean, it's Barrister and Mann. You knew it was going to be wild and different, but boy, this is a charmer.
It is, and I feel like the more time you spend with this lovely witch here, you're going to really get to know this character and want to spend some more time with her.
And I think that says something for our noses, that we can smell something that is definitely in the same Volkswagen as Hollows, and yet be like, wait a minute, this is different this time. Like, this is more beguiling. This is more enchanting. I totally get what these notes are and how they're working together.
And it was fun reading the whole story at the beginning. I didn't realize the first person to claim they rode a broom was actually a man.
Right,
so
that's kind of cool, huh? Not side saddle for him.
Right? It's just funny how, like, even, like, the common culture has taken over what witches should or shouldn't be. Like, you just assume that they're women for some reason, but nay.
How has no one mentioned Eglantine Price with all the witch soaps that we have done this season?
Right?
Well, Angela Lansbury left us last year. It only seems fitting.
Yeah, right?
Well, maybe for next year. Well, you might have to do another witch soap.
Yeah, keep us posted. We're excited to whatever next Halloween will bring.
I wonder what the brush would look like for a vampire soap.
Ooh, don't forget your next appointment with Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.